year, 1.2 million children are trafficked. That's over 3,000 a day, 137 an hour, and 3 a minute. To put that in perspective, by the time Justin Bieber's Sorry has finished playing, 10 kids have just been taken from their homes. So, who actually knows what trafficking is? A few. Okay. Well, trafficking is the trade of humans for the purpose of forced labour, sexual slavery, or commercial sexual exploitation. You're probably thinking, how can this possibly happen? How can these kids get themselves in this situation? Well, the traffickers persuade the kids with a better future, including education, stability, and money. Families will give their child's passports and documentations to the traffickers, making it easier for them not to get caught. Traffickers are able to make a profit on the child by selling them for sexual exploitation, slavery, or crime. They will prey on vulnerable situations, which often includes people living in poverty, unstable political conditions, and war. People living in these harsh conditions will often risk anything for a better future. Parents will sometimes send their kids to orphanages as they can't afford to take care of them, and these orphans will be trafficked directly or subjected to illegal adoption. Due to technology, trafficking can be easy to commit as traffickers are able to contact children online. Overall, people are trafficked in 127 countries and exploited in 137. The majority of children that are trafficked are from third world countries, including Afghanistan, Eritrea, Albania, and Vietnam. But one of the most common places is the UK. Trafficking rises in places where there is a common occurrence of natural disasters, and these unusual weather patterns cause disruption of state and civil society institutions, meaning the usual child protection services and border control is broken down. There are definitely cons to human trafficking. However, if you look at it from the trafficker's perspective, there can be some pros. And now to start the cons. Sometimes the families sell their kid to the traffickers in hope for a better life. In other cases, they are taken directly from the streets with their family being unaware. Can you imagine your child never returning home from school, searching endlessly for them, but your chances of finding them are practically impossible? The child is being taken from their homes and forced into labour, sexual exploitation, crime, prostitution, sometimes organ theft and forced marriage. And once a child is trafficked, they're expected to live for another 7 years, found dead from attack, HIV, STDs, malnutrition, or suicide. And now for the controversial pros. Traffickers are able to make lots of money from just one child that they take. It is the second largest source of illegal income, making it a $150 billion industry. Child trafficking is also easy to get away with. The proof of a child being trafficked is hard to find, as the children are being taken to many unknown locations and the children don't have access to contact anyone. Why is it a hard problem to fix? Well, us in Australia are lucky as our country is surrounded by water. However, this is not the case for many other countries in Europe and Asia, where all it takes is a quick train ride to get to another country. Look, I wish I could tell you that I've created this amazing website or app that can help parents reunite themselves with their kids, but sadly I can't. In developing countries, birth registration is poorly enforced, making it difficult or impossible to track a child in any system. If a family give over their passports to the traffickers are able to smuggle the kids into another country as they have their passport and identity. Now a story from a survivor, Gracie, an 11-year-old girl living in Central Africa. When her parents died, a man claiming to be an old friend told her it wasn't safe anymore and took her to a home in a neighbouring country with many other women and girls, where she was forced to have sex with multiple men a day. The man then took her to a brothel in London, where she was made to package drugs and have sex with older men. She was pregnant at age 12 and then got an abortion. After that, she returned to the brothel to do the same thing. After running away once, she was told she would be killed if she did it again. Years following, seeing an open door and an open opportunity, she took it and ran for over 3 hours in the middle of the night. She was then free. It's not normal for this to happen. It's not normal to be raped at all, let alone at age 11. It's not normal to be pregnant at age 12. It's not normal to be in a different country with all of this happening. Child trafficking isn't normal.